We see this man all over the world, and he's become a regular here at Royal Ascot. Damon Thayer, how many is this now for you?
This is 4 Royal Ascots for me, and the second year in a row I've come for all 5 days. It's my favorite week of the year.
There's a lot to love about this, and there's been a lot of U.S. involvement through the decades, but we see more and more people coming this way. And in fact, I saw some pretty heavy hitters when it relates to Kentucky racing in the United States here. What was going on with the brass showing up from Churchill, Kentucky Downs, and Keeneland coming here to Royal Ascot?
Well, you know, things are going really well in Kentucky. As I predicted on this network in 2021 when we passed the HHR bill, we would have the best year-round purses in the country within a few years, and that prophecy is now true. And what we saw here earlier this week is Bill Carstangen and Gary Palmisano from Churchill Downs, Shannon Arvin from Keeneland, Ron Winchell, Mark Falcone, and Ted Nicholson from Kentucky Downs, all here making connections with European horsemen to try to entice them to come over for our big purse race meets in Kentucky. I know that Keeneland would love to have more turf horses from Europe come for, like, the Maker's Mark Mile in the spring and the Coolmore Mile in the fall, and of course Kentucky Downs for the September race meet, and all the big turf races during Derby week at Churchill Downs. So this is such an international event. It's like a homecoming for me because I have so many British and Irish friends, but then I also come here and I see friends from America.
And you were just telling me that we know you're heavily involved with CJ Thoroughbreds, and obviously the Johnson family, as well as the Joyce brothers. You're part of that team, and you all have horses here now with Harry Eustace?
Through CJ Thoroughbreds, Mike Joyce and I each have a small piece of 2 horses with Harry, an unnamed Churchill filly, and a 3-year-old horse named Correspondence by Warfront, who ran 3rd last week in his first race at Yarmouth. And obviously, we're very thrilled for Harry that he's now a 2-time Group 1 stakes winner. And keep an eye out for Correspondence. He was 3rd in a good first out last week. The winner of that race is a Godolphin horse heading for a Group 1 July Cup weekend at Newmarket. So Correspondence, Mike Joyce and I, along with Corey and C.J. Johnson, keeping our fingers crossed.
I wonder if Mike Joyce even knows that he has a horse over here in Europe with Harry Eustace. We'll check on that. The Bourbon, how is things going with the Bourbon?
I'm the co-owner with my partner, Andre Regard, of Kentucky Senator Bourbon. Each release is named after a U.S. Senator from Kentucky. It's one of the reasons why I retired from the legislature last year, so I could spend more time on growing Kentucky Senator Bourbon. Things are going great. Our new release is out, 7.5 years old, 107 proof, and we're getting ready to expand beyond Kentucky and Washington, D.C. into Louisiana, Illinois, and Florida. So things are going very well. I've got to head back on Monday because we're bottling our next release in Midway, Kentucky on Wednesday, sorry.
You're a busy man. Enjoy this final day as you go 5 for 5 once again here as far as attending Royal Ascot. And we'll catch up with you, I'm sure, in the fall, if not the summer at Del Mar, but we'll certainly see you in the fall out at Keeneland.
Thanks for having me on, Scott.